Hi everybody, today I want to demonstrate you the new iPad app Crayons, a real vector-based drawing software. Okay, let's start Crayons. Well, that's the main screen of Crayons where you can start a new sketch, resume the last sketch session and manage your available sketch sessions. Furthermore, you find a help section with video tutorials how to use Crayons. Okay, let's start a new sketch. In the upper section, you find a tab bar with all needed tools. From left to right, the color selector, the white selector, the tool selector, the layer manager, the undo button, and the back to main screen button. Let us just make a simple drawing to explain how to use Crayons. First, select the color. You find here 3 sliders to adjust the RGB value and 1 slider for the alpha value. Below the sliders you find 2 preview rectangles. The left shows the current selected foreground color, which is actually the stroke color. The right one shows the current background color, which is actually the fill color of your shapes. Okay, let's set up a red as foreground color and a transparent green as background color. Okay, now let's select the tool. The first tool is the basic brush tool, which is the right one for free drawing. Let's draw an arrow. If you don't like the result, just undo the last move by pressing the undo button. The great thing is that Crayons saves all drawing moves even after saving and reloading a session. Okay, now let's test the most important tool, the pen tool. You might know that tool from professional drawing software like Illustrator or Freehand. With this tool you can draw smooth splines. To do that, just tap the screen and move your finger. The tap defines the spline key point. When you move your finger and release the screen, a control point is defined too. The distance between control point and key point is shown by a dashed line. Okay, let's redo that step for a few points. To close the bezier spline, just tap the screen near to the first point. Okay, nice. Of course, you can also draw hard crayons with this tool, just by tapping in some key points. Before we come to the next tools, let's take a look inside the layer manager. As you see, the layers are shown inside the table view. You have 4 functions here: add layer, delete layer, rename layer, and reorder layer. First, let's rename the current layer to spline. And now let's add a new layer. Let's name it shapes. Okay, the currently added layer is always the active layer. So let's go back to the color selector and set up a new color. Now let's go back to the tool selector. Let's select the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle. The circle tool is almost the same. Let's draw a circle. Okay, and again let's go to the layer manager and add a new layer which is named background. If you pre-select a layer, the added layer is inserted behind this layer. Okay, now let's change again the color. Now we select the bucket tool. With this tool you fill the whole layer with one solid or transparent color. Okay, let's do that. The next tool is the basic line tool. With the first tap you define the start point. When you release the screen, this position defines the end point. Okay, let's undo that. Let's go back to the layer manager and add a new layer named photo. Now select the photo import tool. Tap the screen and the photo library opens. Select the photo and set up the scaling factor. Okay, nice. The next tool is the text tool. Again, tap the screen and a pop-up appears. Write in here your text and set up the font size. You also can change the font family. Okay, now let's take a look at the most important tool, the Move tool. This tool is used to move the whole content of one layer. So let's first select the layer which we want to move. Okay, let's select the photo layer. Another great thing, if you tap a layer, all layers are hidden except the active one. So finding the right layer is very easy. Okay, let's select the photo layer. You just move the layer by tap and move your finger over the screen. Of course, you can undo this step too. Okay, let's end up the session here and go back to the main screen. Let's take a further look inside the session manager. You see a table view with all saved sessions. The great thing is, your sketches will be saved automatically. You have 5 options here. You can load a session, you can duplicate an existing session, you can rename a session, you can delete a session, and you can export a session. Okay, if you tap a session, a preview is shown below the table. Now let's press the rename button and rename the session to demo. Okay, let's select demo again and export it. You can select between 3 different file formats: PDF, PNG and JPEG, whereas the last two are bitmap based. If you want to edit your sketch with a professional software like Adobe Illustrator, use always PDF. Now you should select the target. If you use folder, the sketch is exported to the shared folder of your iPad. This folder is shown inside iTunes during your sync process. If you use email, the sketch is attached to a new blank mail. Okay, let's cancel this mail and go back. Okay, that are the basic features of Crayons. Crayons is available at the iTunes App Store for $8.99. So have fun with it.